says record.
Perfect. Thank you.
Awesome. All right, guys. Thank you so much for this warm welcoming. I appreciate every single one of you that I met personally and that I met through Akash's, in my sessions. So thank you guys for being here and for the discipline that this team has. When Abdul told me about this call, I say yes right away. I don't need to check my schedule because this team is a priority for me. Why? Because this is one of the teams that listen the most. This is one of the teams that has seen results because they know how to follow things. And so thank you again, Abdul, and thank you to every single one of the leaders from this amazing team. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen, and I want you guys to type a one in the chat if you can see the screen, but first I have to request it. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Can you see my screen right now? Type a one in the chat if you can see it. Okay, perfect. Amazing. Thank you so much. You guys know that I love participation. So along the way, we might do some participation. So I know that we are understanding. And then at the end, if we have time, we'll do some, Q&A. You guys can ask some questions. Now, throughout the days, the weeks, I've improved a little bit the presentation that I did to you guys at the UK event. And I'm going to continually doing this until we get to the perfect PDF that everybody will be able to use in order to follow my trades. Okay. Now the first thing I want to show you guys right here is a couple of things you need to know if you're going to trade with me. Okay. Why? Because I'm a particular educator that uses, specific trading plans and that uses a lot of pips in the stop loss. And a lot of people are not comfortable with that, and that's okay. But you need to know these things if you're going to start trading with me. Number one, I sent up to 5 trades per session. What is a session even mean? Because a lot of you may not know that. There are sessions in the market called New York session, London session, Sydney, Tokyo, right? And this means that the banks are open within that continent or that country or that session, okay? I'm gonna give you an example. New York session, starts from 8 to 5. That's where the banks are open in the US. But 8 to 5 is not the same time zone as you guys in the UK or in Europe, right? And so us, the New York session starts in the morning and you guys start late at night, right? Or the afternoon. And so your guys' bank will be closing or it's closed now, right? And so we're not longer in the London session. We're still in New York. Does that make sense? And so I sent up to 5 trades per session, right? Meaning that you can expect up to 5 trades during New York, up to 5 trades during London, up to 5 trades during Sydney or Tokyo. Okay. Abdul, said that he doesn't know when I sleep. And that's kind of true because I think I live in a very good area where I'm able to catch all the sessions. And I sleep during London session for like 6 hours until New York. And so I do sleep. I want you guys to know that I do sleep. And but that doesn't keep me from calling the trades. Now, the reason, and I'm gonna finish with this, the first section, the reason that I call, 5 trades, up to 5 trades per session, it's because I understand that there is a lot of you that work, that there's a lot of you that have a job, or maybe you go to school, XYZ, whatever the reason it is, you're not going to be able to catch every trade if I send everything in New York session, for example. And that's the completely, truth. There are other academies that they only focus on New York, New York session. And then, what about the London session? What about those of you that, wake up at 6, 7, 8 a.m. and want to trade before you go to work? You guys don't get trade alerts, right? And so the reason that I do this is that everybody in every time zone, in any situation, can take a trade. Now, I cannot guarantee that trade is going to be, like hit TP5, because I don't really control the market. The market doesn't tell me this is going to be a TP5 trade. No, I do my part by giving you guys options according to the free time you have to take these trades. Okay. So number two, you need to follow one of my trading plans if you're copying my trades. Maybe some of you have experience in trading, and that's amazing. But if you're gonna follow me and follow my trades, guys, you need to follow one of my trading plans because they're designed to make you make money if you're trading with me. And you're going to find out that it's gonna be difficult if you're using a different trading plan to trade with my style. Because I've seen some feedback and it's true. Okay. So follow one of my trading plans. And then number three, be very disciplined with your risk. Because we're having high stop loss pips, you need to be disciplined with your risk. Okay. And that you learn that in the trading plans. And so how to follow my trades. Again, this is gonna sound redundant, but we're gonna review it. Pick a trading plan that you like. Don't take all my trades. Okay. Inside the trading plan, you learn that you can take up to 1, 2, 5, trades, right? But the important thing here is that you take them when you have the time. If you're working, if you are, I don't know, carrying heavy thing at your work and you got a trailer, you're not gonna stop and put the trailer. You're gonna continue doing that. And whenever you have free time, if you get a trailer, then you put it in. Okay. So don't take all my trades, only take the ones you can manage to catch, but not exceeding what's in your trading plan. Okay. Number three, leave emotions behind. And this is a feedback I have for a lot of you guys too. I see comments, not from you guys specifically, but I see comments of people, I closed this trade earlier and I miss all the profit. Because sometimes, the trade will go drown down, it will go negative until it starts reacting, and that's okay. But if you let your emotions that you're seeing the money that you're losing controls you, then you're gonna miss out and you're gonna have FOMO, fear of missing out. And so leave your emotions behind and let the trade do its thing. And number four, be disciplined with your lot size. Again, same as this. Be very disciplined with your risk. Be very disciplined with your lot size. Okay. Now, with that being said, and in trading, or at least for me, it's very important to have a right and correct mindset along with the trading plan. Because without the mindset, the trading plan doesn't work. Okay. And so with that being said, I know I talked about this in the event, but you have to evaluate yourself. You have to see good things in your life. You have to, manifest. You have to do all these things. If you're talking trash about yourself, that's how you're going to feel. How are you waking up every morning? Are you telling yourself good things, bad things? Your mind is just, another day, whoa, boring, right? I can't wait until it's Friday. We all hear those comments, right? No, I can't wait until it's Monday so I can start a great week. So how are you talking to yourself? How are you doing, with yourself? You got to evaluate that. And then you got to manifest. Bob Proctor talks about the law of vibration and the law of attraction. These things are very important things to manage during trading, because what do you want to attract to your life? What are the goals you want? Are you picturing yourself with that? Not just picturing the goal, because we know that doesn't work, but you got to picture yourself next to the car you want, next to the life you want. Okay. Are you doing that? Trading is not just about the fact of making money. Trading is about making the best and better version of yourself. And you're not going to do this until you understand these concepts. And so if you're not having results right now, if you're maybe seeing negative numbers while other people are seeing green numbers, then it might be because you're not in the right vibration. Therefore, you're not attracting what you're manifesting for. Or maybe you're not manifesting at all. Okay. And so you got to ask this question, what are you willing to let go to change your life? What are you willing to let go to change your life? What is a habit that's stopping you from achieving what you're supposed to achieve, to achieving what you deserve to achieve? Okay. Maybe it's laziness. right? Maybe it's not discipline. Maybe you're getting distracted by watching too many reels. I'm not gonna say it's bad, but it's bad depending on how long you spend, right? And so why are you willing to let go to change your life? Okay, are you willing to listen to a trading plan now? That's something. And Bob Proctor said the only limits in our lives are those that we impose in ourselves. There's no limits, guys. There's no limits. We are the ones that invent or create those limits and limitations. We create those walls that I don't know, that's so expensive. It's not for me. It's not expensive. It's not expensive because that's a limit that we are putting in ourselves. Okay. So with that being said, we have trading plans and I have three. And the reason I have three trading plans, it's because not everybody is the same person. You may like to trade fast or slow. And I actually want to ask here in the chat, who here likes to make money fast? Type a one in the chat. And who here likes to make money consistently slow? Type two. One for fast, two for slow. And I'm not judging. This is just for me to know. Okay, I see a lot of ones and I see a lot of twos. It's like 50-50. And that's completely okay. Because guess what? Trading fast involves more risk, right? We're using a higher lot size, we're using this and that, but that's not for everybody, Some people may just feel a little bit emotion on, the fact that they're risking more. And it's not because they're being emotional, it's because they don't feel comfortable with that. And that's okay, for now. That's okay. And so they choose a different path, a slower path, and that's completely okay. And so not all of us are the same on this, and you got to pick which one makes you feel more comfortable, okay, while you're learning. And so Flash Trading Plan, it's a quick and fast plan that allows you to make money quick. Involves more risk, yes, but it helps you make money quick. Reversal or the Smart Cash plan is the trading plan you must use when you're trading the scanner. And we're going to talk about the scanner today, okay? And the master plan, it's when you want to take things slow and steady. Maybe your account is negative and you want to build it up. You want to take this plan, okay? Now, let's review them. Let's review them really quick. I have two sides, but we're going to focus on the challenge phase because everyone here is trying to pass TradeX Mastery. Okay, everyone here is trying to pass, and you will pass TradeX Mastery when you follow these trading plans. Okay, so within this plan, the Flash plan, there are rules you need to follow, and this is where your consistency and discipline will come. Life without goals, it's nothing. If you don't have a goal, if you don't have, things that you're manifesting, if you don't have these projections, then life is just boring. We are here to progress. God sent us here to progress, to growth. And there's no growth without goals. Okay? And so with that being said, the number one step or rule for this plan is that you need to create a weekly goal in percentage. For example, I want to make 5% this week. That's a goal. That's a goal. And I'm going to teach you how to achieve that. But before I continue, I want to hear from you. What are some goals that you guys have to make weekly? What are some of your guys' goals? What percentage you want to make this week? What percentage you want to make this week? 3%, 5%, Katie say 100%. Okay, we'll talk about that. 2 to 3%, 5%, that's perfect. Okay, so let's review this. We create a weekly goal and we don't make 40% of your goal target per day. Now, this is a question I get asked a lot. Why is that even there? Why is that even there? Let's do an example, guys. Let's do an example. I'm gonna bring up my phone. Let's say that I have a 100K account and that I let's say I want to make 4% this week. Okay. 40% of that, it's $1,600. Now, we want to get to the goal of 4%, but we don't want to get there in two trades. Because pretty much $1,600, you make two of those, and boom, you got to your 4% goal ish. We don't want that. You don't want to make your goal in 1 or 2 days. A weekly goal is for the week, right? So you have 5 days, 5 or 6 days to make that happen. So why hurry? Okay. So the reason that I have this here is so that you guys have discipline, because trading without discipline, it's casino. If you want to make money with the casino, then go to Vegas. We all know that. And people lose money. People don't make money because they don't have discipline. Okay. And so you don't want to make 40% of your goal target per day. Therefore, you need to create a daily goal. You need to create a daily goal in order to avoid this, in order to help. Okay. Now, how does that look like in numbers? Because I know I just spoke very beautiful things, but you guys are probably not, getting it yet. Now, how does that look like in numbers? This is what it will look like. Okay. Again, we're focusing on the challenge phase. Now, if my goal is to make 2.5% of a 50K account, that equals to 1250, right? 2.5% equals 1250 in a 50K account. Okay. With that being said, I shouldn't make $625, which is 40% of this. I shouldn't make this in a day. Why? Because that defeats the whole purpose. Two of those and boom, I make my goal. I shouldn't. Okay. So I shouldn't make 40%. Therefore, in order to control myself and to have a better discipline, I'm going to make half of this. Okay. I'm going to make $312 per day. Let me ask you this question. In your experience, what you have seen, do you think that this is possible in a day of trading, taking my trade alerts? Yes. Anything is possible with the plan, right? And so how would that look like? You don't have to make $312 in a single trade. Okay. Instead, give yourself some room and take 3 trades. If you take 3 trades, you only need to make $104 per trade on a 50K account. Now, making $100, it's absolutely possible. I'm not supposed to guarantee things because trading is not 100% guarantee, but I'm going to say 99%. It's possible that you can make $104, per trade. You take 3, boom, you make your daily goal and you stop. You stop until the next day. Okay. Now, with that being said, how will we make the $104? How would that look like in a 50K account? Well, the flash trading plan involves the fact that you exit at TP1 or TP2 or TP3. No more than that. We don't want to hold the trade because that's not the correct trading plan. This trading plan is supposed to be fast. And we hit TP1 usually fast. Sometimes it takes some time, but we hit it. And so TP1, we are looking to make 30 pips, which will equal $104, using this lot size. Now, I want to be very clear here, and this is something that I mentioned at the beginning. We are risking more. This trading plan is riskier, but it's fast. And if you feel comfortable with that, great. Let's do it. If not, then let me teach you the other ones, okay? So right here, we're risking a lot more than we were going to win. But the intention of this plan is to do it fast. The intention of this is that because I call so many trades, you'll absolutely be able to take three that will hit TP1. If one hits stop loss right away before hitting TP1, then ciao, bye-bye, sayonara. Don't take more. You know, one or two max losses, that's it. Don't take more. Okay? But we're usually able to hit TP1 fast. Now, if you don't like to risk a lot, then your target should be TP2 because TP2, it's 60 pips, 50 to 60 pips, and we trade with only 0.17 lots, which is half of this. Now we're losing way less. Okay, we're gonna lose way less, but we're still gonna win the $104. This is the equation for you to win. Okay, we're still targeting our $104. Now, if you want to feel more comfortable, then TP3, it's a target. Okay, it's the last target you should aim for if you don't want to risk a lot, because now you're risking half of this and you're still gonna make $104. Okay, just don't forget that you need to take three. Three doesn't mean that if I call one trade alert, you're gonna put three entries. That's a big X. Three means I call one trade, you take one trade, you wait for that trade to close at your desired TP, and then you take the next one whenever I call it. Okay? Are we all clear here? Type a 1 in the chat if that makes sense. Now, a lot of you guys don't have a 50K account. A lot of you guys have a 10K, a 25K, 100K, 200K. What is the lot size? You know, guys, we actually had a session about this. It's in my channel. So you can go check that out. Now, if that doesn't, didn't help and you want it easier-ish, then it's pure logic over here. So if you have a 25K account, instead of putting 0.34, should be half. Okay? So what's half of 0.34? Who can help me? It's already in the chart, right? So if you're looking at TP1 with the 25K account, your lot size should not be this, but should be 0.17, right? Now, if you're looking at a 10K account, then divide that in half. If you're looking at a 100K account, then is this times 2. If you're looking for the 200, then that times 2. Okay? So it's easy. It's easy. You just gotta divide it into, if you're using a lower account, or multiply it by 2 if you're using a higher account. Okay? Same with these guys. Same with this. So if you're looking for TP2, it should be 0.08 with the 25K account. Okay? If you want to do this, you should watch my session, because I talked about this last time that we had a class. Let's see. I think it's right here. I think it's right here. Bob Proctor Action Day and a flash trading plan. If not, then we'll do it this week. Okay. Now, my recommendation here, guys, is that everybody should have a graph like this if you're using this trading plan, because the visual is going to help you make it into reality. Okay. We'll do questions at the end. Okay. We'll do questions at the end. And again, the reason you only take one trade per trade that I call, is because you're going to be doubling your risk if you take more entries. You only take one per trade that I call. If you take 2, 3 trades per one trade, that means you're risking way more than you should. And I can guarantee you could lose your account if that trade doesn't go well. Okay? So discipline. Number 2, the reversal and the smart cash trading plan. Who here uses and loves the smart cash scanner? I know I should be using it more, but I gotta finish some concepts before we can focus on this on the scanner a little bit more. Okay. So the scanner, guys, the scanner is designed so that you can find your own trades. For example, if it's London session, I usually call one or two trades, but the rest of the time I'm sleeping. And so you could use my strategy on the smart cash because my strategy is just upon the scanner and you can find your own, your own trades and trade off of that. Now, I also have a trading plan when you're using the smart cash. This scanner is really precise. And I'm brave enough to say that because I know so. I know that it's very precise. And so that's why I implemented a very specific and disciplined plan, which means that if you lose one trade, you stop. You come back later, come back the next day, whatever. But if you lose one, you get out. You don't take any more, okay? Because it's precise. Now, what's the trading plan with this? On a 50K account, we're gonna risk, on any account, sorry, we're gonna risk 0.3% per trade. Okay, 0.3% per trade. We're gonna take between 2 to 3 trades per session or per time that you're, trading. So let's say it's, I don't know, it's 12 p.m. in London and you start trading in the smart cash scanner and you're going to trade for an hour or maybe 30 minutes because sometimes it's super fast. Boom, you made your 3 wins, you get out. You maybe come back in New York if you're awake and maybe trade the next day. It's really up to you. But what matters is that if you lose one, you stop. Okay. Now, with the scanner, we're risking 30 to 40 pips to make 30 to 40. So we're looking at a 1-1 ratio. Okay. We're looking at a 1-1. One ratio winning, one ratio losing. Okay. And this is what it will look like. So you're only risking $150 on a 50K account. That's not a lot. That is not a lot. Okay. You're risking 150 to potentially make 450 if you take 3 trades and you win the 3. Now, if you make this, get out. You don't need to let the little demon over here talking to you and be like, take another one because that's gonna win. And then you ended up losing that one. No, you take 2 or 3, get out. You made your money. What else can you ask for? Come back later. And so what it will look like in a 50K account, this is the lot size you need to take, 0.37. 0.37 will help you win $150 per trade, risking 40 pips. That's it. That's all it takes. What's the lot size for a 25K account? This divided by 2. What's the lot size on a 100K account? This multiplied by 2. That's it, guys. We're going to talk about the scanner after I'm done with this section, okay? We're going to review the scanner and see if we can find some examples as well before the market closes, and if it closes, that's okay too. Okay. So last but not least, the master trading plan. This trading plan is designed if you don't like to risk a lot, but you still want to see some progress. Guys, this was the first trading plan I introduced to Akashits. This was the first trading plan. And it took me a long time to introduce these other ones because I wanted to make sure that people was making money with this. If I introduce a trading plan, it's not because I invented it last night and I thought it was a good idea to show it to you guys. No, if I introduce a trading plan, it's because it works, because it's been tested for months. It's because it made people money and it makes sense. Okay. So with this one, guys, this one is designed to only risk 0.1%. That's not a lot. Who can tell me without looking at the screen? What's 0.1% of $50,000? Who can tell me? Okay, we got one person saying 50, one person saying 100, another 50, 50. Okay, it's $50. And let me ask you this question. Is that a lot or not? That's not a lot, right? You guys are saying that it's not a lot. That's nothing. That's an Uber in London, which by the way, didn't expect to be, really high in prices. I mean, the States here is like $10, $20. But anyways, it's not a lot, you know? $50 in a 50K account. It's not a lot. Okay. Even if in a 100K, 200K, 10K, 0.1%, it's not a lot. Now, what are the rules for this trading plan? The trading plan says that you take between 3 to 5 trades per session, not per day, per session. Okay. 3 to 5. Joel, what's the number? I don't know. 3 to 5. If you want to take 3, good. 4, good. 5, good. Depends on you. Okay. But you take 3 to 5 trades per session. We know that we're risking 100 to 130 pips and that we're making between 20 to 300 or more pips per trade. Okay. So what does that look like? $50 risk. If we lose 5 trades in a row, your loss will be $250. That's not a lot. That's half of 1%, right? So $250 if we lose 5 trades in a row. And I'm really thankful that we haven't seen that day and we're not going to see that day. And if it happens for whatever reason, then oh well, 0.5%. But this is if we lose the trades consecutive. Okay. Now, if you were to win, and when you win this trades, you will make between 500 and more. Okay. 500 and more, taking 3 to 5 trades per session. Again, that's per session. There's 4 sessions or more during the day or during, a whole 24 hours. So we could win a little bit more, the 500. Now, let's go review the rules. Because there are some rules, guys. There's 2 sides. One is positive and the other one is negative accounts. Positive means you have profit. For example, from a 50K account, you have 50K, $150. You have $150 in profit, right? That's great. If you're negative account, then that means it's less than the balance, right? So instead of having 50, you have $49,800. That means your account is at down or negative, okay? This is the part that everyone needs to be super disciplined. Because if you let just a single thought going that, oh, I have a negative account, I want to, recover the profit, I'm going to just use the positive account side, then guys, it's just not going to work. Okay. So if your account is positive, that means you have profit. You can quote unquote play or use that profit to make more profit. And so at TP1, when we hit TP1, we don't do anything. Don't close partials, don't move absolutely anything, nothing. If we hit TP2 or when we hit TP2, then you move your stop loss to break even. And then the most important part, you close partials. Who here can tell me what does that mean? Those of you that have more experience, what does closing partials mean? Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Remember guys, participation. So you guys are saying that it's good, that it reduces the lot. It's a good thing, right? It's definitely a good thing because you're closing half of your position, 50%. You close half of your position, which means you will secure some profit. You will secure $15, $30, whatever the amount is. And then you're going to leave the rest to run. Okay. Now, if the trade after you secure profits goes down and hits your break even, meaning the entry point, which is now your stop loss, if it hits that, you didn't lose money. In fact, you made money because you closed partials. Okay. Now, at TP3, then you start moving your stop loss up. So if it hits TP3, you're going to move your stop loss to either TP1 or TP2, up to you. If it hits TP4, then you're going to move your stop loss to TP3 and so on. If it hits TP5, then the trade will close, right? So that's the positive account plan. The negative account plan, it's a little bit different just on the first part. With the negative account, you cannot afford a loss. The whole purpose is to help you build up your account until you are at the starting balance or maybe positive, and so that you can switch to the other plan. Okay. So at TP1, you should, I don't even know what other word to say, but you must close partials. Because again, we want to secure some profit so that you can build your account. Okay. And then you move your stop loss to break even. Because if it goes back, it's not going to make you lose money because you already secured some money. Does that make sense? Now, at TP2, TP3, TP4, you do absolutely the same that you were doing in the positive one. Okay? You start moving your stop loss up as it goes. Okay? It's TP2, move your stop loss to TP1, and so on. Okay? So again, these three plans are designed so that you can pick what makes you more comfortable with. Because I'm Joel Arias, and I love trading the flash plan because it's fast. It goes with me. I don't like to stay in a trade for a long time. Or maybe I'm Joel Arias and I like to think things slow. It's just part of me, and that's okay. Or maybe I don't have time to take trade alerts, so I'm going to use the scanner. Okay. So if you miss something, or maybe you don't understand something that I said, you can watch these 3 sessions. Here are the dates on every single one of them, and you can go look for them and review what I just taught. Okay. Or you can watch the replay because it's also going to be available. Now, I also have a session in the scanner that you guys can watch, but you guys are going to get a little training right now on the scanner. Okay. So the scanner of SMARTCASH is designed using a couple of things that I use in my own strategy. Okay. Such as Ichimoku clouds, which indicates, the direction of the market. It includes EMAs, moving average exponentials, okay, which also indicates where the market is going, okay? And that's it. Like it's as simple as it gets. And the rest is just understanding how to use those tools. You guys know I don't trade with indicators now, but before, these were the indicators that helped me get where I am right now, okay? And understanding them, it's very important. Now, with that being said, you can trade any pair. You don't have to trade gold if that's what your style is. But since we trade gold here, then I'm going to teach you guys how to use it with gold. Okay. Number 1 rule. You need to understand how the Ichimoku cloud works. The Ichimoku cloud is pretty much an indicator that helps you see the direction. So if the cloud is green, it means that it's going up. If the cloud is red, it means it's going down. Okay. Again, cloud green, up, cloud red, down. Okay. And the whole idea of taking these trades is identifying when the new momentum it's gonna start. So we're gonna see this example right here live. Right now, we have a red cloud and a green cloud. We have a sell option and we have a buy option. It's very confusing. Right now is not the moment to take a trade. Okay? Right now, it's not the moment to take a trade. Right now, it's the moment to wait and see what it's going to do. Because there's two options. Number one, if this trade goes up right now and breaks this green cloud, if it breaks the cloud and it comes back and retests the cloud and we see an up arrow, that's the moment when you're going to enter. Because we need to see a break of structure and a retest in order to confirm a trade. Right now, even though this broke through, it's not a good idea until it breaks more. For example, maybe it goes down here to 44, and then it comes back up. If it comes back up and it gives us a new sell signal, then you can take that trade for a sell for 30 to 40 pips. Again, this is scalping. Okay, this is scalping. So you can take that trade for a sell if it confirmed. Okay, super simple. That's all you require. Just to know that when it breaks the cloud and it retests, boom, take the trade that the arrow is telling you to take. Now, what is the EMA for? The EMA is to help you also see the market direction overall. Okay, you can tell that we have an uptrend, right, based on this EMA right here, which you can also see the numbers because I get that question a lot. You can see that it's the 5, 100, and 500. Okay, those are the ones being used. This is the 500, and the 5 and 100 are within the candles. Okay, so if it hits the EMA, it usually creates a bigger reaction. You know, right now it just touched it, which means it could go up. You know, but if it breaks, then you know that that's an extra confirmation, meaning that it will go down. Okay. Again, super simple. We wait for a break of structure and a retest to confirm a trade with the scanner. 40 pips or 30 pips is what you're looking for. All right. 40 pips, guys, is $4 down. 30 pips is $3 down or off. You know, right now it's 47. If it goes down to 44, that's 30, right? That's 30 pips, that's $3 different. Okay, that's how you measure it. But I have a session about this already. So right now, we don't really know what to do yet because it hasn't done much. It hasn't broke through and it hasn't broke up. So right now, it marked as sell of 1 point. Not a heavy point, right? I don't really pay attention on the points. You know, if it tells you 1, 2, 3, I don't really pay attention to that. But what I pay attention the most is when it breaks the structure and a retest. Okay? Breaks and retest. All right. Let's see. I think this is it. We can do a small Q&A. We can do a small Q&A, guys. So this is the time that you can ask any question you want, and I'll be able to answer it. Don't ask me for my bank information, you know, and I won't answer those kind of questions. But you can ask me any question. I can guide you to where to watch, you know, a session where I can answer it here. Okay, I see a great question. I see a great question over here. I was wondering why you call buy when it's a sell in this candle. This is a great question. I love it. The reason that I call buys, even if the scanner is calling sells, it's because it's a different plan. It's a different strategy, guys. the scanner was built to grab quick money, 20, 30, 40 pips, But I call a buy based on other confirmations, which you guys know because I taught you guys those. So we look at the market in a bigger perspective and it's buys. But if we look at the market in a small perspective, we can find, buys and sells. Okay. So if I call buys, that means we're using the master trading plan or we're using the flash trading plan. And again, the SMARTCASH was designed so that you can focus only on the scanner. Okay. Okay, let's see some questions, guys. Can you enter a sell even if the cloud is green? Yes, but again, it has to confirm. Like right now, this means nothing to me for sells until market goes down at least to 44. It needs to break down a little bit. And then after it breaks down, it has to come up. And if it touches the cloud, even if it's green, then you need to see if it's going to give you a down arrow. If it gives you a down arrow, okay, but we need to see the break of structure first. Okay. On master trading plan, say the total risk is 0.34 lots, because remember, 0.1%. Can you split the risk into 3 trades? Is that what you mean by partial? Or do you, no, only take 1 trade. Doesn't matter what trading plan it is. I mentioned this before. Only take 1 trade per trade that I call. Your TP, you should set it to the last TP, TP5. Okay? If you're using the master trade plan. And as you go, you're going to close partials and move stop loss and do all that. But you only take 1 trade per call. Do you have English session only? No, I have Spanish. Spanish and English every day. Well, Monday to Wednesday. Okay. Always start in Spanish and then I'll do English, the 30 minutes remaining of the call. Okay, please tell me why you always buy when sometimes it goes down so quickly. Who here has the answer for that? So the reason that I only buy, guys, is because I like to focus on one thing. I like to focus on one thing. It takes 10,000 hours to become a professional in anything. And so I only trade gold because I'm a professional in gold. I only trade buys because I'm a professional in buys. If I were to focus on calling GBP, JPY, NAS 100, S&P 500, Euro USD, and gold and silver and all these things, I'm gonna overwhelm myself and I'm not gonna become a professional. If I wanna be the best gold trader in the world, I need to master gold. If I wanna be the successful trader that calls buys, I'm only gonna focus on buys, even if the market sells. And you guys know the reason, right? Because we are in an uptrend. So why would I look for sells? Even if they happen, why would I look for sells in an uptrend market? Now, I'm going to start calling sells whenever we break 2,300. Right now, gold is at 2,600. So if we go down 3,000 pips, then I'm going to start calling, sells. But until that point, then I'm going to still call buys, okay? Okay. I'm looking at more questions, guys. Okay, this is a great question. Ray asked, if the trade hits TP1 or TP2, then it hits your break even, can you re-enter on the entry again or not? The answer is absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because the whole idea of this is that you're building up your account as you go, and you're taking my trades. If the trade comes back and it takes you out of break even, then just wait until I call the next one. Because I call a lot during the day. Okay. It's not worth the risk to re-enter a trade that hits your break even using that plan. Okay. So just wait until the next one. Let's see. Which videos to watch for the smart cash? So if you go to session replay, Joel, and you go to page 3, you're going to see this video called Smart Cash Scanner, Spanish and English. You're going to see this that says Review Reversion Strategy, which is also the strategy used in the Smart Cash. Okay. And again, you're going to see over here, it says Smart Cash Scanner, explanation in English. All right. So you have a lot of options in page 3 to review the Smart Cash. Okay. Okay. I don't see any more questions over here that we can answer, and we run out of time, guys. Abdul, I don't know if you're here, but guys, I just want to leave you with one thing. The most important part about trading is honestly becoming the better version of yourself, the best version of yourself. Becoming a trader doesn't mean that you make more money than your friend. Becoming a trader means that you're gonna become a better version of yourself. And that comes in so many aspects. That comes on discipline and mentality and physically, you need to hit the gym. As a trader, you need to hit the gym because you need to become the better version of yourself. And so if you're gonna do this, do it, but become the better version of yourself and know how to follow rules. Know how to follow these things because they're there for a reason, guys. I've been in this industry for a long time, and I wish that when I started, somebody gave me a plan. But when I started in trading many, many years ago, it was just about, taking trades and maybe joining some sessions. But these educators weren't telling me plans. They were just teaching me the strategy. But they weren't telling me the plan. Guys, I lay down the plan for you. And your leaders are laying down the plans for you because we want you to be successful. There's only one way to do it if you follow it. Okay. So thank you so much, guys, for being here. Any other questions, you can join my sessions and we'll be able to talk about this. Okay. Abdul, is back to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Joel, for coming on this call. Thank you. Thanks a lot. I really, really appreciate you, what you have shared with us. Ladies and gents, I believe you got a lot of value on this session. So let's put 777 again in the chat. Really, let's say our thank you to our phenomenal educator and leader, Joel, who is really selfless person. His leadership is coming on these calls, coming on the live session, and he's helping us, supporting us to make sure that you are taking your trading knowledge to the next level. Ladies and gents, you can see clearly the trading plan he has for you. And not only he has here on this Zoom call, but he's always available to you just on a one-click button on the live session, and he's always available to you. Ask questions there, learn from him. If you are, let me tell you something. 7 years ago, when I came on board in trading, and I asked my mentor the first question straight away, how long it will take for me to learn trading? And you know what was his answer? And I didn't like it, by the way. His answer was, I don't know. And I said, come on, give me some kind of idea, some kind of time frame. And he said, look, I can tell you only one thing. I don't know how long it's going to take for you to learn. 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, 2 year. But all I can tell you is one thing. The moment you learn this skill set, it's going to stay here for the rest of the life. For the rest of the life, by going anywhere in the world, you can start to multiply the money which you have already. as long as you acquire the skill set. So how long it's gonna take? No idea. But one thing I can tell you, knowledge is not expensive, as Bob said, ignorance is. This industry, if you are part of it or not, it was happening $5 to $7 trillion every day. Banks use your money every single day. So if you have this knowledge, you have wonderful educators like Joel, and he's offering you help. Just take it, grab it. Jump on his live sessions all the time. He's coming on the live session, ask the questions, learn from there, and those things are going to take you to the next level. Sir, thank you once again for coming on this call. We really, truly appreciate you. Ladies and gents, before he goes, we still are so many people in the call. Let's put 777 once again. So I'm going to put mine as well. Let's put 777 again in the chat. Let's say him a big thank you. Thank you, sir, for coming on the call. So, ladies and gents, this was our call. I'm really excited to see all of you here learning, winning, succeeding, and achieving those goals which you are looking to achieve. Remember, trading is most educators will tell you it's a 80-90% psychology. My experience, 7 years, what I learned, it was 99% psychology. It was me who was always my enemy. Over leverage, over trading, all this kind of gambling, all this kind of crazy stuff I did. And every time I was promising myself I'm not going to do it again, and I was breaking those promises. So it was always my fault, what I was making mistakes in my journey. So I highly recommend you, please take his plan, the what he shared in the beginning of the call. Trust me, instead of the strategy, that part was key. That part was very, very important for you to understand that how important it is, the psychology part. Then you need, of course, this the skill part as well. He mentioned himself as well that he wished somebody gave him the trading plan. He's giving you that plan. Everything is there. If you're brand new on this call today, some of you are brand new, you got the basic education, those videos, then the live session. Open up a demo account, practice this. Okay, do not try to chase the money, try to chase the strategy, improve your skills, see how often you are winning on that demo account. That's where the real, we are talking about the trading now. Okay, yes, the pips are there, you get your tap to trade, your trade alerts, all that stuff, but the real deal is learning. You have to make the commitment. You, when you even go to university, it takes 4 years for you to get the degree. Ladies and gents, $7 trillion a day industry, and you are expecting to learn in 1 week, in 30 days, is not going to happen. It will happen as long as you keep learning, keep learning, keep learning all the time. Now I remember the words of my mentor. He said to me 7 years ago, I don't know how long it's going to take to learn. And now if people ask me, how long do you think I can learn trading? I always tell them it will take forever. There's always a next level. There's always a next strategy you can learn. There's always something you can improve. So you need to really make this commitment. You need to really understand the system is here. AkashX platform is here, where we have those wonderful services from a very basic, intermediate, advanced education, live session, the scanners, everything is there. You just need to decide, are you really willing to learn this? Do you really want to take your knowledge to the next level? If the answer is yes, then give yourself a favor and learn this skill. Ladies and gents, thank you very much for coming on this call, and Joel as well. Thanks a lot, sir, for coming on the call. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening, and I will see you celebrating you all your wins, all the learnings for sure everywhere. And by the way, this weekend I will be in Sweden, Stockholm. We are doing the event. If you know anyone in Stockholm, do let me know. And because I'm doing the event here, we have quite a lot of people coming to that event, and we'll be going through the scanners over there, the trading training, mindset training, opportunity presentation for your guest as well. So please do let me know if you know anyone in Stockholm, and let's make it happen. Thanks a lot, everyone.
Make it happen.